So hello again, my dear folks, via World Wide Web. This is yours truly behind the camcorder, and before we get to the main subject of what you're seeing on your screens, I just want to give you guys a bit of an update here. Now, for these past long 8 months, I've been working on a complete marathon of videos, which I call Dcolemanh Request Marathon. And it was supposed to be about 6 videos long, like, you know, 6 videos in one. And this here, what we're seeing here is like, this was supposed to be one of those 6 videos. It's kind of an episode reenactment of the Toad's Bright Idea episode. And because that this is a CGI series episode, I always include animated mouths in it, as you see here, because that's what I do every time I reenact a CGI series episode to make my work very accurate with the show itself. And well, because I am doing this type of work on this one video editing system, it always crashes. Yes, and so because of that, it's becoming a very, very big pain, and now I'm just a little low on patience. I know you guys are very patient, and I appreciate it, but since I'm very low on patience, and I really don't want the whole process of the marathon to last any longer than 8 months, especially not longer than 10 months. Oh my goodness. I basically just want my YouTube life to go back to the way it originally was. And so what I've decided is just to chop the marathon down from 6 videos to just 5 videos. But I will show my Toad's Bright Idea reenactment in a separate video, because I know you guys are will love to see it. So yeah, I'm just gonna. The marathon will just be 5 videos long, and once it comes, it'll help explain what I've been doing these past months before 2017 came. In the meantime, while you guys continue to be patient, and just to keep my channel alive and going while I continue with the work, I've also made a decision to talk a little bit about my whole wooden railway collection, because wooden railway being the major subject of whatever video I've done has never came to me for a super long time. Like, and I never forget how popular this type of brand was for me as a kid. Like, I always enjoyed seeing these in Toys R Us and just playing with them on little play tables and stuff. So yeah, you got the idea. Let's start with Thomas here. Here's the first original one from I think 1999 or something. I got this model kind of from I think it's called the Figure 8 set, but it's basically one of the original sets that came with this Thomas plus the fuel wagon and the caboose. And here's a much older version. See, it's the stick funnel, while this one has a more realistic funnel. But I got this model. My mom gave it to me from a garage sale, no, yard sale, and it's a little older. See, there's a faded away roof and smudges and leaks and stuff. And whoever originally owned this one must have had a little bit of a probably had a little more time to enjoy its playability or something. Anyway, here we got the brand newer version, and Adventures of Thomas. This is the original version of the of this 3-train pack set. It has been re-released in a brand new sort of edition. Like, the Winter Wonderland Thomas now has a blue plow, and this original version has a gray plow, and this is just the original version that also from Toys R Us. I can't remember what year I got them, though. And then there's these two, which are very recent. This is like the old 2015 edition to 70 years of being really useful. See, there's a... Oop. There's the replica of Thomas from the 40s. And the new shiny 2015 edition. It sure is glistening. Now let's move on to the Jameses, shall we? I remember back then, when I first started collecting Wooden Railway, I got power hungry to add James to my collection, because I was pretty well into James back then. And this is the one that I got after all that waiting for the model I've been hoping. See, it's a little worn out. You can see it's like wooden guts and stuff, and here's number 5. It's I find that number 5 to be a little orangey and stuff. Like, yeah, well, I didn't care much as a kid, and the newer model has the perfect shade of yellow for the 5. And hold on, these silly magnets. And so yeah, this these are always a good blast from the past. Here's the Adventures of James. I remember being very glad to have these. Busy Bee James, and James with the team colors. So you got the scarves on him, and the flags on his tender right there. And this one is the James Lights Up the Dark, which I got from Target. And this battery-powered James, I got him while I was visiting a day out with Thomas, and I documented that day back in 2008. And yeah, I got that model while I was visiting that event on that same day. And there's introducing James. That's him in his original black colors. I am very glad that they've brought back made The Adventure Begins very accurate with the Railway series as they could very possibly. Honestly, I didn't know if they were actually gonna make James know that what he originally used to be like. Like when I first saw those flashback scenes in Blue Mountain Quarry movie. And well, they did. It's yeah, they did great. I'm glad they did. Now onto the narrow gauge engines. This is yeah, this is all I got. I've I guess you might say I did not collect as much characters in the Wooden Railway range that you might have been thinking or something. I mean, there's sure lots of characters that I lack in. But for now, this is for now we have Scarloli and Sir Handel and Peter Sam and Freddy and Mighty Mac and Bertram. Sir Handel and Peter Sam. These are they're brand new editions. I remember back then when they were reintroduced back into the Railway series. I mean Wooden Railway series. I just felt so power hungry to get both models, and just in time before they go back into retirement. Yeah, it's true. These are the only Percys that I have available so far. I got this one here from a Best of Percy VHS tape, which I don't have anymore. And unfortunately, that's another thing I don't have anymore. All of a sudden, the wheel just broke off. And there's the silver Percy, which I got on a VHS tape to Songs from the Station. Now here's Henry, another one of the original models I have. And I do remember being told that this type of addition to Henry is pretty rare to get on the internet. So just knowing that kind of makes me glad to have this model still in my hands. There's Diesel. There's Flying Scotsman 2013 edition. And there's Neil. And you know, honestly, I do find the original version of Wooden Railway Flying Scotsman very nostalgic, and one I'll always remember. And well, I don't really care which version I have, as long as I have the Flying Scotsman himself in my collection. That is very great. But yes, this is a very special edition, having a locomotive this great. Let's move on to the road vehicles now. We have Bulgy, and there's Trevor and Caroline and Terrence, and he has no cow catchers. Yes, he did, and I just kind of lost him somehow. You have two Butches and two Heralds, and there's the ambulance and Jack and the fire engines. Here's my two Butches here. I can't remember which year this one is from, but this is a very original one, and you can see his magnet here is kind of one-sided because it just has this big magnet on one side but not the other. But this brand new Butch has both magnets on both sides right here, and so I guess this is a more recent version, whatever the case. And yeah, that's the case. I got double Butches. It's hard to tell which one I like better, but anyway, let's move on to Harold. Let's see, this one I got first. I don't remember the year it's from. Probably, I don't know, 2000. Got the tail a little bit loose, so now it's kind of twisty, round. But this Harold, his tail is nice and sturdy. Still kind of twist around some, but I probably shouldn't, because I don't want it to get even looser than it already is. Now, Jack the Front Loader, I got him on a from a copy of On Site with Thomas on DVD, and that was one of the very first DVDs I ever got in my DVD collection. It's also the first Thomas and Friends DVD I ever gotten, and this is the model that it just came with. And there's the fire engines. They bring back some good old nostalgic memories of my adventures in Toys R Us. And now in terms of rolling stock, this is the got the Cookie Factory car pack, which I have spoken about very long time ago, and aquarium cars. There's Dragon, and here's the rest of them right here. There's Fog cars, and there's Bertram's scrap cars, and this is all I got of scrap. The second scrap load is just gone missing or something. Speaking of missing, I think I still do have that flour cargo for this car here. But this morning while I was looking for it, in that big box right there, I did have a little bit of trouble trying to find it. And I just decided, yeah, it probably wouldn't matter anyway. It's a very small item anyway. Moving on. There's Toad and Caboose and just a cargo car and Scruffy. It's got little wonky axles and stuff. Little splits and stuff. And Sodor Fuel has a split also, but still works nice and fine. Unlike him. And finally, there's the limited collector's edition coach, which I got from getting a copy of The Great Festival Adventure on CD-ROM. Like, you know, the original PC game. And I always, and every fan of Wooden Railway would always remember how very classic it was back then to just pull their trains on across the clickety-clack track and just hear it like that. Before the track eventually became one of these things. Now, before I close up, there's just one last thing I would like to show you. And this here is in a very old original Wooden Railway yearbook. I think it's from the year maybe 2000 to 2002. And that was when this version quickly became this version that we all know today. But anyway, it's a little torn up. The cover is missing. I'll may never remember it again, but yeah, I will always keep it forever just to bring back nostalgic, because there are a couple of pages in this book that I always remember seeing it. Like here's one of them. Like I love. Like, this book has a couple of pages that that require a that have a little bit of scenery. Some of its pages are great to look at, and I always loved looking in this thing as a kid, and these type of pages with all its very neat looking scenery and stuff were the big highlights. So let me show you one of my very favorites. If I can find it. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Alright, this is my favorite. This is kind of an overhead view to show the height of Harold the helicopter. And I really like what they've done here. I like the overhead view they did to show Harold's point of the view. See, there's and you know, this version of a yearbook this old, I did look all over YouTube to try and find this, to see if anyone made a video of about a book like this old, And so far, I haven't. Like, there's lots of different yearbooks on the web that give you an inside look at it, but those are kind of the more recent versions, like the way we know it today. But this is just a very old classic yearbook, and so if you want me to show you the whole book, like, you know, show all the pages that are in the book, just let me know in the comments section, and if I get enough positive requests like that I should, then I'll do it. So yeah, that's my whole collection. It's definitely not as big as some of the other collections I have. And you know, I think I will use some of these models for future videos and stuff. But yeah, this is it. This is the whole collection, and plus a very old yearbook. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and thank you all for the patience and support. And I thank you all for the requests that you've been giving me, because it really helps to steer my decisions on what my channel is all about. And don't forget about saying if I should show this whole book on YouTube in a separate video. Yeah, thanks again, and stay tuned for my for Dcolemanh H's request marathon.